A lot of people think if they were just rich and famous, all their problems would be over. But as we're seeing with some huge superstars, life in the limelight isn't all it's cracked up to be. Kanye West's recent hospitalization for exhaustion came as no surprise to those who've been concerned about his onstage rants and erratic behavior for some time. The terrifying armed robbery of his wife Kim in Paris may have been too much. It's a cautionary tale for emerging superstars like Jidenna.
I was sleeping on the floor with the oven door open while I dreamt about the places I would go. We'd go door to door to door all day.
It's difficult to when you have billions or millions of people thinking about you, either hating or loving you.
Relationships can easily melt down under the hot, harsh celebrity spotlight. Not long after Mariah Carey's engagement to Australian billionaire James Packer ended, she was seen kissing her backup dancer on a Hawaiian beach. One of rap and reality TV's most loved and wildly popular couples, Papoose and Remy Ma, have their own formula for keeping their marriage on track.
Anytime you let any outsider in, whether it's someone that you do know or that you don't know, it's a recipe for catastrophes.
I love her to death, so it comes from the heart. You just have to be well disciplined and be true to the person that you're with.
The 24/7 work grind to make it to the top can take a toll too. Grammy-nominated R&B singer Kehlani ended up in the hospital last spring during a low point, just as her career was exploding. So were nasty social media comments about her love life. Now she's looking for simpler pleasures.
I've been working during the holidays for the past I don't know how long, so I'm really excited to finally go spend time with my mom.
Concentrating on your career can be tough when the world is buzzing about your marriage, even for a multi-platinum, multi-Grammy-winning rapper like T.I. His reality TV co-star and wife Tiny's dance moves with Floyd Mayweather set off a social media tsunami. But T.I., ever the professional, is staying focused on his fans. He told me he still regards fame as a gift.
It's a blessing. We just continue to try to push the envelope and, use our platform to speak for those who can't speak for themselves.
Many celebrities complain about the lack of boundaries, especially when it comes to their families and their most personal moments. Let's take it to our panel and find out what they have to say. Joining us, Sky Landish. She's a fitness trainer, and she's also one of the breakout stars of Love and Hip Hop, and she's also Drewski's Everything, co-star on the show, girlfriend and assistant. Thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you, Lisa, for having me.
We really appreciate it. Also with us is the one and only Drewski. You know him from Hot 97. He's on pretty much 7 days a week in one time slot or another, killing it on Hot 97. He's the star of Love and Hip Hop New York, and he's also host of a new show on Vivo Online. Drewski, thank you so much for being with us.
Thanks for having me back at home.
Great to have you back with us. We really appreciate it. Also joining us is Shamika Sanders. She is the Hello Beautiful Entertainment editor and host. She interviews many celebrities on and off the red carpets at some of the premier events, not just in hip hop, but also in the entire entertainment industry. Shamika, thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you for having me.
We really appreciate it. Shamika, I want to start with you on this. What do you think are some of the biggest misconceptions that people have about being famous?
I think you started out by naming them pretty accurately. People think that once you get rich and once you get famous, your life is just better. But as we've seen with a lot of celebrities, like you named Kanye West, who recently had a mental breakdown, allegedly. We don't know what's going on when he
reportedly.
Right.
Issues, some kind of issues.
There are some issues going on, and it's evident that it's not as glamorous as it looks. I mean, the Biggie line, more money, more problems. So
going back that way.
Exactly.
Drewski, what about for you? Because you're well known as a DJ for Hot 97. You've done TV appearances. You've been out there. But then did Love and Hip Hop, being a star on that, take it to a whole nother level?
Yeah, I think being on TV was a whole different light than just being on radio. And not only was I doing it for myself, but now I'm on TV with my girlfriend, my significant other, and now our business is out there. So, a lot of people, like you said, I want to be on TV. But a lot changes when you're on TV. And I was telling her, I'm like, what a regular relationship takes 7 years to build, we had to build in 1 year for trust and loyalty and communication. And I think there's a lot of pressure that goes into that. It's like forcing a 7-year relationship into 1 year. You're gonna go through a lot, and it's not as fun or loving as you would think it is.
Sky, a lot of people would think, okay, you know, they can get in your business. Do you find they feel like they can get in your business now because they see you on TV?
Well, you put it out there for people to have an opinion. So now it's out there for social media, it's out there for everybody to see. Everybody has an opinion. And the way social media works is you can voice that opinion on your platform, right? So you see everybody's platform and their voice being like, you know, they say what they want to say for the most part. And you can't control that. So you have to take it in stride and figure out how to just block out anybody with negative attitudes or, you know, personalities for the most part.
And what have been some of the more hurtful comments that you've had, or that have surprised you? Has there been stuff that's like kind of, you're like, are you kidding me?
Oh yeah, of course. A lot of it, they'll play on race.
Yes.
You know, they'll say like, why is she dealing with a white man and stuff like that? And it's like, yo, if love has no color. Like, if we love each other. And it's 2016. Right, and it's 2016.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So a lot of it is, like, race-related stuff. They'll even come for, like, her natural hair or her natural looks.
Which is, like, crazy because, you know, it takes a bold person to be on screen with a natural hairstyle. You know what I'm saying? So
which
it's
looks
like,
gorgeous, by the way.
Thank you. But it's like, you know, it's almost offensive because you're coming for my natural state of being. It's like weird.
What about in terms of like your relationship, like some of the comments that they've made?
Oh, Drewski's a player. Drewski's this. It's so it goes on
like,
for days.
Even the blogs have broken us up already. You know what I'm saying? Like, the show's been on for 2 weeks, and there's headlines that Drewski breaks up with his girlfriend to start dating another cast member on the show, and she actually was there on the red carpet where the story was created.
Shamika, tell us what happened.
Yeah,
you're there on the red. You're there on the red carpet. Okay.
The VH1 Divas red carpet on Silent Night. Just last week. It was like last week. And DJ Drewski was on the carpet with Mariah Lynn.
Who's been on Street Soldiers with us?
Right.
Shout out to Mariah Lynn, who was very nice on the carpet. I saw them and I immediately thought, my common sense kicked in and said VH1 probably paired them to walk down the, you know, the carpet together. But there's also such things as news days, and we need news, and those salacious headlines that, you know, Drewski's talking about on the blogs, those get the clicks, especially the blog he's talking about, which, you know, we're not naming, but those salacious headlines get the clicks, and people who watch Love and Hip Hop, like you were talking about your natural hair, people buy into this lifestyle, and like even with Love and Hip Hop Hollywood, it's so glam, and we like to think of our celebrities as aspirational and things that we don't have. So I think when people see your natural hair, they're like, oh, well, she looks like me, which is weird.
It's weird.
But then do they go like, okay, maybe I could rock that?
No, but they're looking at the person next to her and they're like, I want to be glam, because it's that aspirational factor that keeps us watching these shows like the Kardashians.
But then it's confusing because you're watching something you consider reality television. So is it realistic for you to be 100% glam and 100% full-faced all the time? That's not realistic.
Well, but then does the public, do the viewers, will they accept women without makeup, without the eyelashes, without their hair all done? Will they accept that?
Well, then that's the test. It's like, do you accept yourself?
All right, yeah, but not everyone's not everyone's as beautiful as you are.
I mean,
you could be out there with no makeup on and still look like knockout.
I feel like at a certain point in time, I was 7 sizes heavier than I was. You know what I'm saying? So I never felt like I wasn't beautiful. I felt like I could be better.
7 sizes bigger than you are now?
Yeah.
Is that what got you in the fitness thing?
Yes. So I lost 60 plus pounds. So it's you know, I was there. I understand what they mean, but at the same time, I was never offended by my beauty. I always thought I was beautiful. I just felt like I could be better.
Yeah.
So you try to get better with time.
Right. So it wasn't a thing of like you felt insecure in any kind of way?
No, I never felt insecure. I just felt like if I can be the best I can be, I want to be that.
Right. And everybody does. But in terms of how people get very fixated, though, Shamika, on these characters.
I know
who are real people, living real lives.
Right.
I mean, there's also the aspect of reality TV that no one actually believes that it's so real versus like, you know, we always watch these shows and we're like, people in these situations that happened, we're like, is this real? We're teeter-tottering on, you know.
And then in the New Jersey Housewives, we see her Teresa go right off to federal prison.
Exactly.
That was very real.
That was very real.
Very real.
So I think in our minds, we toy with the notion like, how real is this versus how glam or fabricated is all of this? And I think that you represent a real aspect of it because you did make a conscious decision to go on there without makeup
and
natural hair. But natural hair is really big right now in the first place. So I'm interested.
Yeah.
You also have like really great,
Thank you.
like hair. And like you said, I call it pretty privilege. We all have certain privileges that we have. So I think about Alicia Keys' makeup movement too.
Right.
And there's a lot of discussion about that because it's like, well, Alicia Keys is inherently pretty or, mainstream. Stunning.
Right.
So does it have the same effect as a girl who is watching who, needs her makeup? Child, if I take these eyebrows off, it's a different story. you know?
Right,
So
exactly.
Makeup and things like that play into this fixation on celebrity.
Exactly. And I think whoever invented makeup, they deserve some kind of award. Personally,
do.
that's my own thing. This is Hot 97 Street Soldiers. I'm your host, Lisa Evers. We'll be back right after this. Let's talk about how real is the reality. Let's talk about how real is the reality, because that's an issue that a lot of people feel like when you explain, Drewski, for you, like how is it when you're actually filming the show?
A lot of people think the storylines are made up, but it's our real life experiences. So they don't understand that we relive it maybe 3-4 times, throughout the season where it actually happened, right? Now we recreate it and kind of show it, film it, and now we got to watch it back months later. So we're living it 3-4 times and the pressure on us, and now we're going home and there's things like maybe she didn't know I did or she didn't see, and she's like, wow, and I think it really affects the relationship, and that's why we choose to be very communicative. Like we gotta really communicate with one another and be honest, like, yo, you weren't here for this scene, but this is what happened. So when you see it 6 months from now, just be aware and don't take offense to it.
I think also him telling me is not the way it's cut. So
That too.
The third time you live it, you don't even know how they're going to cut it. And that plays a big role into how we communicate. So if they cut it a certain way, I'm looking at him like,
Right.
you said that? He's like, no, I didn't say it like that. They meshed it together, blah, blah, blah. But, you have to take it and figure out how to make it work for you. So I think it's constant teamwork.
What was it like for you, Sky, seeing yourself the first time? Like for the first episode, were you just sitting there going like, or did you go like, okay, that's cool?
I think I've been cool throughout the process for the most part, but seeing myself for the first time was probably overwhelming. I was very overwhelmed. I took a seat and I just watched, and I was quiet pretty much the whole episode because I didn't know what to do. I was like, wow, that's me on TV. You hear yourself talking, you hear the way you carry yourself, you see the way you walk. Like, it's just a whole different beast.
But emotionally, what was going through you?
Emotionally, I thought life is going to change now. I was like, life is different now.
It's going to be very different.
It's 100% different now.
Like what differences have you seen in your daily life? And you have your business. You're a fitness trainer.
Yeah, so
you have your actual real business.
Right.
Yes, Strip and Fitness. It's our fitness company that we do fitness parties for women who really want to strip down fitness and figure out how to get fit. Figure out how to lose weight like I did. So that has been a great opportunity on social media because girls are contacting me. They want to come to the party. So it's great on that end. But then you have other women who aren't Team Sky that feel as though, Drewski isn't doing what he has to do for me. And they have that opinion.
Like you're not
as well.
supposed to work and have your own career?
Exactly.
What year? I mean, what era are these people? Did they just crawl out of a cave somewhere with the dinosaurs?
And you have to pick and choose what to respond to.
Yeah, exactly.
And just the everyday, like walking through a mall or going to, you might catch the flu and you got to go to an emergency room, but now the doctor and the security guard, they all know you.
They want to take pictures and you're like, can I just get some antibiotics?
Yeah, right.
If you go to the ER and they're trying to take a picture, it's like, I'm shot here.
and it's people of all ages and races. Like we're in a hot dog place and the mom, the daughter, and the son all want to take pictures. So it's like the whole family's
That's
now watching.
kind of cool though.
No,
that the whole family's watching.
It was beautiful. Like I was like, wow.
Not if you're hungry.
That's amazing.
No, but we love the love. Like we appreciate it. But for her not being in the spotlight and then automatically being thrown in, it's a big change and it's hard.
Adjustment.
And there was times where even at home where we argued and had arguments, and I'm now sleeping on the couch for 2 days because I was upset by the way she reacted to a situation on camera.
Screen.
Like you let them get that best of you, and I'm upset with you. So now we're arguing at home, and you know, it's real.
Takes a toll.
It's real.
It takes a toll on your
So
relationship.
you guys have a lot you have to constantly talk about.
Of course,
Oh,
we
yes.
talk all day long. We're together all day long, talking all day long,
Right.
showing each other's phone, like each other our phones all day long.
At the same time, trying to stay productive and keep our businesses running as well as our relationship.
Right, and keep doing your real career as well as
Right.
your career as a reality
Right.
TV star. Can you get addicted to fame?
Yes.
I think it's addicted to attention. I don't know if it's the fame part, but you know, she loves her Twitter now. From someone who was never on
I
Twitter.
actually started my Twitter, I think, in June.
Right.
Oh wow!
I didn't even have Twitter, and now everybody's adding me and having opinions. So now I feel like I have to respond sometimes, at times, but most times, because I have a voice too, and I don't want people to think I don't. It's just that you can't respond to everything, and you know, it's shown me that you definitely can get addicted. We have to put our phone down at times.
Right, because once you start responding, it's like all of a sudden you look up and an hour's gone, and you just wait a minute. What happened here with this? What, Drewski? What about you? Because you've been out there. You've been very active on social media for a long time as a DJ, as one of the hottest DJs out there.
I just love the energy. I like the love part is what gets me going and what keeps me going. So when people are asking to take pictures, or asking about my story, or asking just for advice, like that's what gets me going. So I don't mind it. I'm actually into like the attention part of it or the fame part, because I've been through stuff and I could help others if they just watch. So that part is what keeps me going. When they get too personal and in my business is what I don't like, but I know it comes with the territory. So I can understand why someone like Kanye West, who's on a super high level, could break down. Like it's really a lot of pressure. And now you have your wife and your children, and it's just nonstop. And then it gets the family. You know, now your immediate family, who you felt you can trust or understand you, starts to not understand
Right,
you.
the whole thing. Shamika, what about Kanye? Because as an artist, you know, he always had a reputation being high maintenance and genius, but as an artist too, the artist lifestyle, you're out there when you're promoting an album or a project and touring, and then you're back in the studio, you're writing, you're creating, and you're kind of like away from the world.
Yeah.
Do you think that this pressure of being involved with the Kardashians, and then he's in the reality TV show, and it's like a nonstop circus. Did something to him?
I imagine it's like a nonstop circus, but I also think about Kanye West. So there's like twofold with Kanye West. We love him because he gave us like the great music.
Right.
He was like a voice to the people who didn't have a voice before. But then he's also, now we're watching him go left. And when you start talking about Trump and coming for Beyonce, all right, we need to take a breather.
Time out.
Time out. But Kanye, I feel like he is dealing with a lot. Black men and mental illness is a big thing too. So as well as him going
On topic
through,
of about several of our shows.
yes, exactly. So as well as him being a celebrity, there is the aspect that as a black man, he has a lot of other issues and mental health and issues like that in the black community are rampant, and people don't talk about them because there are stigmas attached to it. Kanye lost his mother years ago in such a traumatic way, and to think about that, that's a lifestyle change, because I feel like as people, we all want to grow up and buy our parents a house. We want to, you know, we have all these dreams.
Right.
And then
especially a son for his mother.
Especially a son for his mother, and they grew up very tight, very close. She was a professor. She taught him a lot that he knows. So I imagine that I feel like he's suffering from PTSD.
Like that, never really got over that.
He never recovered.
I want to thank all of you for being part of this amazing panel. Skylandish, the one and only Drewski, and Shamika Sanders. Thank you all so very much for being with us for this episode of Street Soldiers. We're definitely going to be checking out Hello Beautiful.
Yes.
Definitely going to be checking out
Love and Hip Hop.
Love and Hip Hop
8
New
p.m.
York.
on Mondays.
8
on
p.m.
VH1.
Mondays. You may be getting some texts from me guys right after that. I don't know.
Don't judge us.
I'm not judged. I don't want to be judged either, okay? Even though you didn't play my record. No, I'm joking. Anyway, thank you guys so much for being part of this show.
Thank you.
I'm Lisa Evers. Thank you for joining us. Remember, use your mind. It's your best weapon. I hope it's your only weapon. Let's push for peace.